When has Debo ever won vertical? When has Debo ever won vertical? Well, he's had Jimmy Garoppolo. Last year, I think he could have won vertical. Last year, he was one of the most explosive players in the league. This year, he looks bigger and slower, unless you're in denial. What do you think? Grant, you think Jimmy will end up in Seattle? No. I think Jimmy's going to end up on the 49ers this year. I don't think he's going anywhere. He's not getting traded. He's not getting cut. He's going to stay on this team. That's my hot take, and I'm sticking to it. I'm going to win. Mason for third running back, and Dwelly showed out today. You got it. Do you understand how happy I was, how proud I was at Ross Dwelly? I've been so right about Ross Dwelly for so long. All he needs, he never drops the ball. He made that catch. They immediately cut to George Kittle. He was like, that was a really nice catch. That was a nice. Like, yeah, like you wouldn't have caught that, George. I mean, I'm not saying Ross is better than George Kittle, but that's George. Only Ross can do that. I don't see why they don't give him opportunities. He's the most shorthanded tight end, maybe of all time. Good job, Ross. Also an American hero. Did you know that? Eric says trade pick up another O-line guy. Can't be it. I mean, it's too late. It's too late, guys. They picked up the best offensive tackle available. They could trade for Isaiah Wynn. That would be great. But these two guards that we thought were these, real huge additions, well, they both stumbled over the latest hurdle. Burford and Poe, Banks. I don't know about these guards. All of a sudden, it's like, Brunskill, where art thou? Peyton Wisdom says, is Trey the kind of vocal leader that superstar players like Debo and which Mitch season? I don't know. Mitch is very vocal in the locker room. I don't know if Trey can corral him. Marcus Wright says, I agree. I'm just saying he can put up 1,500 without. So why require it now? Leave that to BA. Who? Debo? Okay. I feel you. Sorry. Haha says Jimmy Ward is criminally underrated. Without his versatility, this defense is 25% worse. He might have a weak hammy all year. Yeah. What's rough is that fans won't get to see what this defense was looking like with both Wards and Mosley healthy. That defense was looking crazy, and I don't know if that's ever going to materialize. Maybe that's what you get for banking on a 32-year-old DB. Sorry, Jimmy, but football's a cold world, and this kind of thing was bound to happen eventually. So hopefully he can bounce back because I want him coming on my channel, like big time. 2017, we traded for Tomlinson 6th round before week 1. I think it was after week 1. I think it was week 2. But yeah, they can make a move. How about Isaiah Wynn? Isaiah Wynn. I say Isaiah Wynn. Don't actually rely on Mike McGlinchey. Who said Trey's a bust? John said Trey's a bust. I don't have much more to talk about. I'm tired. It's late. Sam Womack looked good. He got flagged in the end zone, but he came right back and forced another interception. He's big. He's so good, they're giving him looks outside because, what's up with Travarius Ward? And what's up with my face? Hold on. They just might have to play Womack outside. Cesar Lois, hold on. Cesar Lazos says this O-line will ruin Trey's chance to gain experience with deep plays. He will have to spend more time running than trying to look downfield. What do you think? This is what I've been saying all offseason. No one worries about the offensive line until right around now. Because in theory, the offensive line is great. And then you see it in practice, and it's like, oh, this is terrible. They should have done something. Do something. They should get another offensive lineman. Yeah, well, that's something you kind of have to do in March. These guys are tough to find. That's why, I'm a jerk, and I try to do quality control ahead of time. Like, hey, I think this offensive line is going to ruin. And everyone's like, no. It's all going to be about Trey until you see Trey running for his life, and you're like, well, it's not really fair to Trey. No, it's not. That's what I was saying. I don't think it's really fair to Trey. Hey, Grant, love watching your videos. Go Niners. Thank you, Ryan. I wish I had more for you tonight. I'm just exhausted, and there's not that much to talk about, and it's preseason. I hate it. Are we going to let McGlinchey walk next year? Yeah. Unless he has some kind of remarkable, not even rebirth, because he was never great, never good. So yeah, go get Isaiah Wynn. Where was Char Ward? He's been hurt for like 3 weeks. Not great. The two guys on the Niners who got the bag this offseason, Ward and Debo, didn't have great off seasons. Now, Ward, when he was healthy, looked phenomenal. But that was like a week and a half. So maybe the Niners should stop giving out the bag. The Patriots are reluctant to give out the bag. The Niners are bent over backwards to give out the bag. I don't know. Bag-wise. I feel like I'm trying to. It's 19 minutes, and really the only takeaway from this game was, wow, that offensive line was awful. Huh? Phyllis, did you see that offensive line yet? It was awful. Yeah, it was terrible. I couldn't block anyone. Yeah, left tackle, right tackle. I mean, they had no one. Yeah, what do you think? It was. You couldn't evaluate anything, right? I mean, that's the whole thing. Did you watch that game last night? Yeah, the offensive line was terrible. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, of course, Trent Williams didn't play, but he's just one guy. I mean, what are you going to do? That's my water cooler conversation of this game. Well, sure, Trent Williams coming back, but, was he? I'm sorry. But at least I got Jake Brendel. Hero Winchester says Debo should be the starting running back. Anything he does receiving-wise is a plus. I think Kyle really wanted Debo to be what Jalen Hurd. I agree. And again, what I've been trying to say is that in practice, Debo's playing a lot of running back. In preseason, he's a wide receiver. But in practice, he's all up playing running back, running Texas routes, wheel routes. I'm just saying, all up in the video, dancing. I think Kyle's got a whole lot of stuff he's keeping up his sleeve. We don't know the configuration of his starting offensive line. We don't know who starting running back's going to be. We don't know how he may have an inexperienced. Look at it this way: he has an inexperienced quarterback, but he also has the element of surprise on his side. You have no freaking clue what the Niners are going to do with Trey, because Trey didn't even play in college. It's not like you can be, well, here's what Colin Kaepernick did in college, and I'm just going to do something similar to that. Or here's what Robert Griffin did at Baylor. Kyle's going to do something similar to that. Trey has never played football ever in his life. There's nothing that teams can look at. And the Niners haven't tipped their hand. They've shown it to me a little bit in practice, but they haven't tipped their hand. So, something to look forward to. As awful as this, 0 points tonight. You guys really just sat through a 0-point outing. I'm so sorry. But take solace in the fact that a very intriguing running game is on the way. And if only the Niners can protect Trey a little bit as a passer, they might have something. Although Jimmy Ward's injury is not great. Yep, agree with that. Yep. Okay, that's the whole show. I'm done. Go to bed. It's a Thursday night. You have work tomorrow. We should all be going to sleep. It's past my bedtime. Carson Taylor says, where's that Kyle Shanahan interview? I got to talk to Kyle. Here's Kyle's thing. So Kyle will only give like one-on-one interviews before training camp. That's just so. I asked him a week after John Lynch in 2019. He was like, I will, but not now, like next year. And then the pandemic hit. So I haven't followed up with him. It's been 3 years. So maybe next year. But, Kyle, I'm too real for Kyle. He's not ready for it. I just asked the hardest questions of all time. I'm a menace to society.